Red Shirt One here with you folks, and I got something special for you guys. Hey, for all you guys been sitting with me since I started out drawing these blanks, and you got to see me glue them down. You get to see some of the penciling I do. And just to make it sound really fancy, here's the inking. And today, as I break out this fresh pair of scissors that I got specifically for this task, we're going to fine tune. Because way back in the day, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, all we had were small scissors. And I developed my ability to fine tune not only my aim, but also my speed, except for I haven't done this in over a decade. As we cut on that line that we made drawing the blanks, or as close to it without going inside the line, because the thing is, you don't want to cut into the card itself. If you do, you're going to end up having to trim all of your cards to that width. And yeah, having a hand trimmed deck does kind of make it seem a little bit sketchy at times when playing games. But when it boils down to, this is a test deck to test the game mechanic. Single sheet, new sheet. Card. Bend it. I will guarantee 5 years of normal shuffling card playing use out of these cards. So, still looking for an artist, because granted this is only the test deck testing the game mechanic itself. The next production model is going to be a totally different deck. I need an artist for the production model. Anybody knows where I can find one who's willing to work on a deal about this? Because hey, don't know if this is going to be marketable, don't know if it's going to sell, don't know if anybody's just going to say, oh, it's just, you know, this, that, and the other thing. Or it could be the next biggest thing this side of Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, what have you. The thing about it is, I need an artist. I need an artist willing to do this on speculative endeavors. When it comes down to it, folks, sure, I can do this all by myself, but it's just going to be text based. Or I can say, hey, I need help. I offer my hand. You can help or not. I just need an artist. I've been looking for one since '93. My biggest complaint about this whole damn thing. Since 1993, I have been seeking out someone to draw for me because I don't have the ability. I have an inability to draw legibly. You know how some people have doctor handwriting? That wonderful thing called chicken scratch? Yeah. That's what my people look like. Way back in the day when developing other card games and whatnot, I would do my own artwork and people would just have a field day with it. Not that I was in the nicest of environments either. But, hey, I know my strengths, I know my weaknesses. My one weakness? Inability to draw. To the point where it is pleasing to the mass public. I am the guy that sits down with a piece of paper and an implement, puts something down, hands it off to somebody to look at, and the look on their face is like, is it a cow? And I'd look at them, I'd be like, technically it's a cow. I was trying to draw a hamburger. That's the entire joke. So, as it stands, I am currently cutting out all of the legendary and limited run cards. Yes, there will be cards with a limited number of cards in the frequency. I know that makes it sound like I'm just making more legendaries, but when you sit down and look at some of the card combinations, because for the people that are beta testing or want to beta test, you get a pack of rules and the cards list. That way you can actually sit down and say, oh, this is how this works, this is how that works. You know, do the whole meta game on paper before you actually sit down and do the actual gaming. So, with that, the beta testers who have the rules and the cards already know that there are certain card combinations that would end up rocking the board. And also, having limited run on some cards, meaning there's only going to be like one each throughout the whole. There's only going to be a 1 in 4,500 chance of getting one in every card pack. The cards that I'm having only one of in a print, 4,500, they only show up once, and there's 6 of them. And as I said before, once I get these 75 decks out, I grab 5 random decks to run through just between me and STOS Bear before we hand it out to the beta testers. Once the beta testers get the cards, any leftover decks, because I'm only handing out 1 deck per beta tester. There's only 1 beta tester getting 2 decks, and that's because he's in Nebraska and his other half is going to be using the other deck. Everybody else gets 1. So what I would love to have is 75 beta testers. But since 75 is an odd number, at least 1 deck is immediately getting locked up. And when I vault the card, if this works and the production model's in production, if I vault the card, it's never coming back out. It'll be in print, but the actual physical original card from the test deck will never see the light of day again. That way, if anybody wants to try to collect the test decks from everybody else, because these things are yours to keep. Because I can always remake these. Once you get your test deck, that's yours to keep.